Hello everyone. Right, we're doing something slightly different today. I'm on a handheld camera, and all I really want to achieve this morning is, if I come round here to the back and move you round here to the front of the camera, is I want to try and get the wheels off so as I can drop them down to get tires on them. Now, I'm not going to film everything. I don't really think there's any point in filming everything. What I need to do here is take the exhaust off, which is 1, 2, 3 bolts and the clamp here. Once I have that off, this offside, or yes, well, offside, near side, right hand swing arm half comes off. Right, so you undo the chock there, and there are bolts there and down there, and undo the brake caliper and hang it out of the road. It comes off, and then we can get the wheel off. There's a big huge bolt in there that you need to get the wheel off the end of the axle. So I'm going to do that. If we go around here again, once I've done that, I can jack the front end of the scooter up, and if we move around here, once I have that up in the air, I should be able to get the front wheel out, which is, as far as I understand it, it's a matter of taking this out and the wheel drops out, and that should be it. There doesn't appear to be a clamp bolt on the other side. There is there. No, there's no clamp bolt on the other side. So we have, if we move around here, we have a clamp bolt there. So that's what we're going to do, and I'll talk to you during proceedings. Okay, that was an interesting day, with a few small problems, but nothing we couldn't surmount. So if I turn the camera around, I'll show you how we got on. Okay, the keen-eyed amongst you will have noticed that the front wheel is now off. That came off fine, there wasn't any problems with that. And if we move down to the back, we'll see that the back wheel is now off as well. This did give me, well, one bolt stroke screw gave me a lot of problems. This bracket, which holds the brake pipe, goes through the offside swinging arm and into that little socket there, or the little spring washer isn't on it at the moment. That was completely seized, so I ended up having to drill the head off the screw and punching the screw through the aluminium. But that worked okay, that was fine. It just took about an hour and it was a pain in the arse, but there you go. Anyway, the back wheel is down there, and the front wheel, if we go up here, is here. So they're ready to go down to get new tires tomorrow morning. And if we move back here, we'll now see that the variator is exposed. I can fairly categorically say that nobody's been in there since it was new. The gasket was completely seized, the nuts were very tight, but everything all cleaned up. I've had to order a new gasket. So we have that, you have the outer housing there, or casing there, and here is a plastic cover. It doesn't do a terrible lot, although the filter is there. So that's where we are. The air filter is in here and I'm waiting for an air filter, but the belt actually arrived today, so I'll be able to do that, and hopefully the gasket won't take too long. So it was a good day, and I haven't been able to find a whole load of problems. I know from the state of some of the nuts and bolts that there was a particular mechanic in here who absolutely slavers things with copper grease. I don't have a problem with copper grease, but just the slightest touch to stop things seizing up, not half a tube per nut. So you know who you are, you're well known in Northern Ireland. Apart from that, everything was fine. So I'll talk to you when we've done something more interesting. Bye. Morning folk, quickie update. What happened? Last film was tyres or wheels off and tyres going down to get new tyres. That's not done, but they've been dropped down. That was Saturday, today's Monday. Anyway, Sunday I did bugger all, because that's what Sundays are for. Anyway, quick little video this morning before I start actually doing some service work. I had been speaking about how you get access to things, and I did a quick bit of investigation this morning and questions have been answered. So if you bear with, and I'll turn the camera around. There we go. I'm showing you the back seat because it's really interesting. And if we lift this up, we will see that if you take the seat, the under seat tray out, which is now over there, having had a good hoover as well, this gives you complete access to the top of the engine. Now the only thing I really want access to in here is down there. It's a wee bit dark, but there you go. That's the spark plug. So that's the only thing I need to get at in there. The other thing was we were not sure about access for the top end of the radiator, and what we found out is that is there. So that means I have no problem changing the coolant. But get access there, you'll have to put a funnel with a hose on it down here, but that's alright, that can be done. So there's access there to that. There is a drain bolt on the side of the engine on the outside here, so that's easy to get at. And as I said before, the expansion tank is under here, so that's easy to get at. So that's where we are for now. I'm going to stick the plug in it. The reason being is because then I can stick the under seat tray back in, and that's because that's all I need to get in there. I'm going to change the coolant, and I'm also going to do the brake pads. Hopefully the air filter arrives today, and then that'll be all the service item done. And I might even get the belt done today. So leave it with me, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Afternoon everyone, that's been quite a good morning. We'll just wait for that little dog to fuck off. Right, he's away. Afternoon everyone, that's been quite a good morning. The bike is up high because I have replaced the plug, and that's done. The next thing I want to do up here is change the coolant, which is in here, which I can get at this height. And if we walk round to the other side, to the right place. One of those, I think it's maybe one of those two bolts there, if you can see, is the drain plug for the cooling system. So that's good. I don't need to get inside here. The other thing that I have done, see, look at me again because I'm so handsome, and I'll come all the way around here again. I need a bigger garage. So the drive belt is now replaced. That's relatively straightforward. Take off the variator, take off the secondary, and put it back on and tighten it all up. I've done a video before on that from the SH300, and it's exactly the same. Now I'm waiting for the gasket that goes around here. Hopefully that'll arrive by Wednesday, because that's when I would like to put it back together. The only other thing I have done, which includes this and that, it's all been blown out with compressed air to get all the old rubber and Kevlar dust out of that. And sorry, the only other thing I've done is I have pulled that bearing out of there, and that bearing is the support bearing for this centrifugal clutch on the axle. This secondary drive goes all the way through to the gearbox here to the final drive. Anyway, blah blah blah. That supports that. Now, the only reason I've done that is that bearing is very, very stiff. It's running smoothly, but it's very stiff. And if you think, we've got that's your final drive there, that's the axle. Well, final drive is actually this casing here, but that axle there is there's a reduction to that from here to here. So when you're pushing the bike backwards and forwards, you're doing that the other way around. There's an increase. So it makes it, because that is so stiff on this, it makes the bike difficult to maneuver. So there we go, that's why we're changing that. That's ordered, that should be in tomorrow. And this afternoon, hopefully, I will do the coolant. And then that'll be the air filters to arrive today as well, which lives in here. That's easy, just unscrew, unscrew, screw, screw, screw. And once we've done the coolant, that's all the service items done. So that's it for now. Just one other little thing. If you can see this, I'll show you it against my screen. That is the little spring clip that goes on the hugger, that goes through the offside swing arm, that attaches the brake pipe clamp, and I've found a new screw for it, so we're all happy. Happy days. See, like shiny face. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Afternoon, folks. Tuesday afternoon. I think I last spoke to you on Monday. A couple of wee updates. So let's get on with it. If we turn around, look down here. No, we'll look down here. I have now changed the coolant. Little drain plug on the side that I showed you in the earlier video. I also discovered that, if I can get the camera down here, this little pipe here, you pull it off at this joint here, and you use that to bleed the system, or make sure there's no airlocks in the system. So it's the one thing I would say is fill it very slowly. If you put too much in, it just goes and all back out again. So that was relatively painless. I do need to start the bike up. so as I can get it up to temperature, make sure there's no problems, and make sure there's no error in the system and all that sort of thing. But I'll do that once I get the back end back on again, because as you can see here, there's a distinct lack of things. However, while waiting for well, I was waiting for a bearing, but mainly I can't really move much forward because I need the wheels back so as I can put the brake calipers back on, blah 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 blah. I have actually changed all the pads, so they're all done. They were dead easy to do. This rear caliper, you undo these two nuts here and here, that top bit comes off, old pads out, new pads in. Whoever had the bike before was heavy on the back brake, but there you go. Same at the front here. The caliper is effectively in two halves. The front pots, or the top pots, are for the front brake, the bottom pots are for the rear brake. 2 pins, pull them out, pull the pads out, there's 4 pads, away you go, there you are, done. So that was done, and we'll just come over here. That bearing arrived, so that bearing's in. So yeah, waiting for the gasket for this to arrive. Everything else is all done. So I need the gasket for that. I need the wheels, and I need a disc because the front disc needs changed. And we're well on the way. If the Royal Mail doesn't let me down, I might be able to get her out a run at the weekend, which would be nice. So we'll turn around to here. Nothing else exciting. I hopefully will get the wheels tomorrow, which will enable me to get her back, well, apart from the front wheel because I need the disc, but it will enable me to start the back, put the back wheel in and start the bike up. Oh yes, and then I'll be able to change the oil because I need to heat the oil up to get it changed. So that's where we are. I have a boy coming to see this screen. That was actually for sale with the Honda. And a boy said, look, we just split the screen. Now nobody's really taken a bite. There's been a few nibbles at the Honda, but that's about it for now. So if he's going to give me some money for it, yeah, fine. So there we go. So that's me for now. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers. Well, it's very early Saturday afternoon. We haven't got on as well as we had hoped for a couple of reasons. Now, I think what we'll do first is we'll turn round to the belt drive, which is perfectly fine, except the gasket I got for the belt drive is the wrong gasket, so we can't put that together, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. Anyway, other things have happened, so we have been able to move forward slightly. We now have, and if I can get you a better position, we have new tyres. These are Continentals of some sort. I can't remember what they are at the moment. Super Twists, maybe that's what they are. Nice looking tread pattern, good deep groove. So they're on, or the back wheel is on. The engine has been restarted, and the coolant level has been allowed, or the coolant has been allowed to warm up and cool down. So I'm going to check the level of that in a moment. With the engine being started, that allowed me to check or drain the oil, because I needed to heat that up. Hold on a wee second, there we go. So the oil's been drained, the oil's been refilled. I'm in the process of refilling the gear oil. It's thicky gloopy stuff, so fire it in and then just check I've got the rest out of the big syringe. You can see my front wheel is there. The disc is due to arrive today, so that's that. So hopefully the only thing I am now waiting for is this gasket, which I'm hoping they send out to me on Monday. And apart from that, we're good to go. Nothing else has really changed. I have to check the radiator cap. I know it has actually spat some water out of the expansion tank down here, so I'm pretty sure it's full, but we'll check it all. Obviously there's nothing we can do with the front end until I get the disc. I've actually put a bit of perspex in there to allow me to operate the levers and get the brakes set on the rear disc, but that's as far as I've got. So there you go. I have an MOT this afternoon on my car, so I'm away to have my lunch and do that, and hopefully the disc will arrive sometime this afternoon. So bye bye for now. Right, I'm going to start over here with the bike behind me, because there's something down on the floor here that I want to show you. And we'll turn round and swing down here, and we'll see a new front tyre on the front wheel. It's a Continental Twist, not a Super Twist, it's a Conti Twist. You will also see that it is missing a brake disc, and that has given me somewhat of a delay in proceedings. So if we come up here, I'll just show you. That's the rear Conti Twist there. Everything else is back on. The bike is running. The bike, I mean, all the service items and all that are done. I'll just pop that in there. I have had a couple of issues, and they've both been down to the same thing. I have ordered parts. For example, I ordered a gasket for this, the drive cover, the V drive cover, and it was the wrong one. And I also ordered a front disc, and it was the wrong one. And every site that I went on, checked it out, went through all the details, both those parts were wrong. Now, there were probably other parts wrong, but I don't know what they are because I wasn't looking for them. And it took me a while to find out what the problem was. So if we open here, I may not be able to see this, but we'll try anyway. I'll get this down here. This is the well, it's not the official VIN plate, it's the VIN plate that the MOT look at, and we'll see it's an E4 to Euro 4. So when I've been looking for parts, it was evident that you could get parts up to 2013 and then 2017 onwards. 2014, 15 and 16 there was a gap. It took a while to work out why. It's the Euro 4 bikes. You can get parts for the Euro 3 bikes, you can get parts for the Euro 5 bikes, but you can't get parts for the Euro 4 bikes. Now why that is, I don't know. Sim themselves weren't particularly helpful. I didn't talk to them directly, but a couple of their dealers that I contacted did. And they said, nah, there's no parts, nah. Which isn't really helpful. The gasket wasn't a problem. It's not sealing in fluid or gas or anything. So it's just a weather seal, shall we say. So I was able to make one out of cardboard. It's dead easy. But anyway, after a lot of hunting around and checking dates and also checking dimensions, if we look at the disc again, this disc is 260 millimeters. The one that I kept coming up with online, and the one that actually arrived, which is in there, is 240 millimeters. So after a lot of checking, I actually found 3 sources of the disc, and I've actually ordered all 3 because I can send them back. It's not going to cost a lot of money to send them back, and I'm hoping that one of those is the correct disc. Now they all say they're the correct disc, but then the website that I bought the wrong disc off said it was the correct disc. But anyway, that leaves me with an impasse, because I can't do anything until I get the disc. It's the only thing I need. If you look down here, I've just got the bike sitting on the wee scissor jack, table. So all I need is the disc and we're away. So I'm going to wind up this video now, and I'm going to get on with something else. So if we look over here, this is my wee cheap Chinese navigator thing, and I want to get that mounted on the bike. Now there is an issue. Normally I would mount this on a bar across here, but if we look, I'll just put the seat down here. If we look where I am, I would be about there. I'm assuming you can see that. It's completely in line with the clocks, so I can put it down here, because I'd be higher up, I'd be about there, or I can try and put it here. Either way, I need to find electricity for it. Now there is an accessory adapter in there, so we can get electricity from the back of that, and it's just a matter of where I bring it up. Do I bring it up here, or do I bring it up here? But that means taking a couple of panels off the front to find out where everything is. I haven't looked at the manual yet, but we'll find out something. So I have a funny feeling, obviously you can see from the screws here, the screen comes off very quickly, right? Also up here, there are screws up here, and I have a funny feeling all of that coming off will take this panel here off, which allows you access in there to headlamp bulbs and all sorts of things like that. But I'm going to do that. It'll be the next video. So I'll edit this video this afternoon, and I'll also do some other videoing today of the electricals, and we'll take it from there. So I say bye bye for this video, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheery bye.